Hi everyone, welcome back. This is cut, deleted, additional scenes for Killer and Healer. I was told to watch this after the show, and I did see the end of this, so I do know it is the alternative ending, but I don't know what the other scenes are. They're probably just a mash of extensions of scenes that we will cut out. Maybe scenes that they didn't think made the show flow so well. I was discussing this with Sam, so you'll hear your name, Sam, about this, and it was brought up that there is a text link about another alternative ending. Now, just to point out, I don't follow these shows. I don't know anything about these shows rather than just watching it. So I have read that text link, and I prefer that when reading it to the show's ending. It's a few pages, and I know the screenwriters, authors were trying to just please the fans because I don't think the ending was great, and I know it was at a time where it was the tides were changing towards the idea of a BL, a Chinese BL, because this was filmed, I think, in 2018, 2019. It took a while for it to be released, quite a while actually, and I do hope it picks up in popularity because it is worth the watch. But again, we have to take the little crumbs they give us. One day, I hope they start realizing you can still produce these things. I don't know, but I'm in a happy place now watching the alternative ending rather than what the other ending was, and now we're going to go and watch all the cut scenes. So yeah, if I don't know information such as text or something that's going on, it's because I just don't pay it. I just don't know. I just don't know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So this is what happens when sound isn't edited.
我抓了一大人物。
Touchy touchy. First episode. Again, this is how sound is on a set rather than when it's edited, as you can hear it's a lot.
他不是我老大，不是你老大，那你怎么在这儿？我是个医生，路过救人。医生，带过去。是。喂。
Yeah. I'm not sure what if that was extended. I can't remember. It's so long ago. I didn't realize I've been watching Killer and Healer for about a year. Maybe not that. Was that a lorry backing up while they were filming? Or was that weird sound mistake?
你来香港干什么？
Okay, so I can hear before they added ADR, so they're using real sounds here as well. As you know, sounds like him cleaning the bowl or door closing, that's added in afterwards. Otherwise, sometimes you can't hear the actors or it doesn't sound right. Narcotics. Big theme.
别墨迹，赶紧。
直接开始。
开始。
行。
Had he been shot? I mean, there's numerous times where that's happened.
你疼啊？那你要不要喊着这个？ Cauterize it. Yeah, this is gonna sting. Also, so there's no infection. That's why he told you to bite down. You should have listened.
I feel like was this an additional scene that was cut out or just the extension? Because I remember him telling him to bite down, but this feels really long. Ooh. They were very close there. Okay, so this is the real scene because the lighting is different, the noise is different. Yeah, he's got a shirt on.
没想到见到是我，你竟然没有马上离开，还留了下来。
But that's when you can tell the difference.
救人性命，一
Like the saturation of
真的不
an
介意
episode.
我之前误抓你。
Now say thank you.
对了，外面那个女孩只知道我是个商人。
Oh, Chiran.
这是今天的药
I。like how
这样就好。
they were like, no, we're just gonna separate. Those tablets did not want to help him out.
重金寻妹叩谢感恩。你妹妹怎么了？失踪了。
Not anymore.
有没有照片？
And he walks past her. Yeah, I remember this. I think it's very obvious scenes that were kept in or cut from the original thing
就
to
发生在你
scenes
抓我
that
那天。
weren't used at all and weren't edited.
你妹妹的事，我会帮你找的。
And you'll fall in love in the process. Fall in love. Oh, he's looking at his lips.
真废。2元港币。
I wonder what that would be now. How much that would be. There's a lot of very much intense
这里非
sexual
常难
tension and close-ups between them, way more than
你
what
可以
was on
放
the
心在
show.
这里治疗，不用对我太过警惕。陈医生，你想
Maybe
干
you
什么？
should be grabbing his gun.
你手上拿着枪，我要怎么替你治疗？不好意思，陈医生，习惯了。枪就是我的命，你可是第一个碰我这把枪的人呢。来，
和宋荣出去买点别的吃的。这
Oh, interesting cut. Of course, nice butlers in the show. I'm quite shocked. I thought they would have kept it in more. He's been shirtless a lot.
多。来，啊，张开嘴。
And gets a kiss. Okay, so he's smiling. I wonder at what point he fell in love with the Doctor. Yuji. I'm curious. Is there a novel? Like a real novel?
好了，江月楼，你最近睡的是不是？
Again, shirtless, see?
你有没有扎过针啊？
没扎过。
那你会不会晕针啊？
枪林弹雨都见过，还怕几根针啊？
The sound
可老师别动了
sound is
啊！
different here, the
下针
voices.
吧。
So I imagine this was one that wasn't edited. It was cut. They didn't need it. wakey wakey,
睡着了。
Sleeping Beauty.
是啊，你睡了大概20分钟吧。感觉怎么样？
轻松多了。
衣服，
Please.
我陈玉这的招牌错不了。
First time. I'm telling you, the innuendos.
谢谢。哦，对了，诊费。
不用，
Oh, really?
怎么我的待遇比金马堂还高啊？陈医生给他们看病还
Is
收
this
费
their real voices, by the way?
如果按照这么算的话，你这点钱可不
Because the
多。
doctor's is
那
really
就
deep.
先欠着，下次再说。
Really deep. So is this their real voices
Ah,
in these
了解。
moments?
好像从香港以来，就一直是我帮你治疗。
谢谢，这一次终于轮到我帮你治伤了。
你要干嘛？
脱衣服啊，不脱衣服怎么治伤啊？别动，你受了伤，我帮你脱吧。
Sure, why not? Yeah, the amount of sexual tension and clear implications that they had to cut out. Wow. They had to cut out quite a lot of scenes. Like, these scenes were very much telling you how they felt.
是这个吧？忍一下啊。
来吧。
疼啊！
小雨龙，你这家伙是不是记仇啊？
你说呢？
时间紧急，你听我说，我有一个冒险的计划需要你配合。如果成功，我们或许可以找到金马堂的老
It,
巢。
it just
但如果
throws
失
me
败
for a loop when I
就会有危
hear
险。
these voices compared to their real voices in the other scenes.
你希望我怎么做？
So different.
代帮我，
Really different.
你让我取得他的信任，然后策反。
是，他是一名孝子，或许可以一试。
江月龙，我就知道，你不会是那样无情的人。
你刚刚那种
Good for
状态
you.
才能让王猛彻底相信我们对他母亲不管不顾。只有他失去理智，我们才有机会。
Another character
好，等一下，
that the assassin that should not have died when he did.
以防万一，留下
Could
记
have
号。
easily kept him for a good few more episodes. They did that with a few characters where they killed him off way too early. Oh, we're getting right near the end now.
可以了，我现在就可以告诉你，我江月楼做
Hey, look at
事
these two.
对也好，错也好，绝不后悔。
10分钟到了。
滚！少打扰我听戏的雅兴。你说什
Yeah,
么？
this is where he's
跟我回家
escaped.
走。你他妈是不是有病啊？啊！我再说最后一次，
Oh, the touch and the
已经
passion.
跟你没有
You
任
look,
何
look, he's
关
rubbing
系
his face.
从此以后，我们各走各的路。
Notice that there's always a tenderness. He's always rubbing his
要是
face.
再纠
Look.
缠着我，别怪我对你不客气。滚！滚！
所有的星星都很像你，
对不起，
落在天涯也像
we've gathered that means sorry by now. When I hear that, I know someone's saying sorry.
记你的风景，所有的星星都很像你，落在天涯也相邻，所有的绚丽存进记忆。时光过一程，叹息。
Oh, where he goes up the stairs. I was like, how's anyone doing this? Because obviously, once you turn, I knew they were going to Churan's apartment, and I thought, oh, because in the back of my mind, they kept hinting that it was dangerous to be there. Instead, it turns out to be Yulo. There was someone talking in the background there.
怎么，陈医生不欢迎我？
Yeah, he hugs him differently here. See the neck thing? There's always these little things, but yeah, that hug was different. Ah, okay, so they cut it like this. The alternative ending is better. But it's only slightly different.
慢用啊。
晴天也好，下雪也罢，尽情享受自然，心情会好起来。
尘世间的小美好，也挺不错的。
屋檐下的一半，藏进人群难猜。月光总沾染衣衫，念去随来常作伴。雪花回忆零散，
京城真的无烟了，和我一起回乡下看日落吧。
Oh yeah, to view the sunset together. I prefer the alternative ending because it adds in episode 37 and a little bit more context, and then adds in what you saw here in the deleted extra cut scenes. So I like that a little bit more because it gave you a little bit more of what was going on. But in this one, at least, I can understand what was being said. They were interesting. Some I couldn't tell what the extension of the scene was, and then sometimes I could. There were little things cut out. They really cut out a lot of the intimacy between the two leads. Yulo is a lot of touching and caressing. It's what you tend to do with a lover or someone you really care for. You know, some people put their thumb over someone's hand or their thumb and they rub it up and down. You saw him doing it on the nape of his neck, on his cheek. Yeah, just a little phrasing here and there, smiles. They really did cut out a lot of those little sweet, intimate moments because they had to. They were very small moments, but looking at them now, they actually would have magnified this show even more. And so it's such a shame they were cut out. And then other times you could tell what was a deleted scene that had not been edited versus a scene that had been cut down. You could see it from the color, the saturation of the episode. It was darker. The actual cut scenes were darker. The sound was completely different. It had not been edited. So, as you know by now, when you're doing sound, there's the real sound when you're on set, and then there's the edited sound that you hear for TV shows and movies where they refine everything, they reduce the noise, things like that. The saturation is usually brighter so you can see it. And you could see it here when it was a completely cut scene because it just sounded as if they were talking through a mic. It was very... too strong for the mic that they were doing it through. And also the actor playing Yuju, his voice shocked me at how, if that's his real voice, and I think it might be, how deep it was. And I mean really, really, I did not expect him to have a voice that deep. Him speaking changes completely kind of how I view the Doctor. You know, he was a lot sexier. He sounded more dangerous with his real voice. I could see him being a bad guy, you know, like the bad boy. Whereas the voice that they usually use, so it's a specific region. I think it's in Beijing, usually around that area. You know, it works for the show. Whereas his real voice makes him sound more like he would be a bad person. He would be the kind of bad boy. Whereas the actor playing Yulo, I'm not sure if I prefer the voice over or I prefer his voice, but his voice is a lot softer and nowhere near as deep as I thought. He doesn't have a high voice, but I was expecting his voice to be deeper. I'm just still in shock over how the Doctor really sounds if that is him. It is a very deep voice, but they were really interesting cutscenes. Like I said, you could tell when they're cut, and they really cut out. I can't believe how much they cut out the sexual tension, the way they would be very close to each other's faces, the looks. Again, the touching. It's the touching that was so important between these characters as it went along. As you saw, like they did a really good job in showing you how the edited went from them not trusting one another to how much they cared. And I like that. It's just a shame that these were cut because honestly, I think they would have, not all of them, but some of them would have really added to the context of how close they had become and where there was attraction. And when it started, I felt like some of the cutscenes you could tell when the attraction started between them. And yeah, again, some were completely cut. Like they weren't even edited. You could hear sometimes someone in the background, you could hear the noise of everything. And then some scenes you could tell they just reduced it down. But I enjoyed watching those. They were short, sweet, and quite a few of them. And some of them added to the scene. Some of them I wish had been kept in, and then some I couldn't really tell too much, and they weren't needed. What did you think of the cut scenes? Also, they love putting their actors shirtless. I didn't realize how muscular. I knew the Doctor Yuji was going to be muscular. Of course he would be. You think they're going to allow a guy in these type of shows to not have a 6 to 8 pack? Sorry, they're just apparently we don't exist. That's normal people. But yeah, he was shirtless a lot more than I remember. And I was like, also to get probably a better rating, otherwise it'd be too high the rating. And also the Doctor Yuji, his body was for that one scene. We saw, wow, he was quite more muscular than I knew he was going to be muscular. He was more muscular than I thought. I'm talking about them being shirtless. Life. What did you think of these cutscenes? Thank you for watching.